Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Happy Halloween! I'm Sophie, this is Jackpot Comic Talks, and I'm showing you my favorite Halloween covers today. So let's get into it. Alright guys, like I said, happy Halloween. This is my Halloween costume for this year. I'm just your generic vampire. I did place third in my works Halloween costume contest, so that was exciting. As you guys know, I do a lot of cosplay throughout the rest of the year, and Halloween is another fun time for me to dress up, so I love it. It's like my favorite time of year. So yes, I am a vampire this year. I'm going to do this video while I'm still wearing my costume. However, I am going to remove the things because they make it a little bit difficult to talk, and I keep getting lipstick on them accidentally. So I'm going to remove those, and then we'll continue on with the video. Alright, so like I said, I'm going to be showing you guys these covers. They are not all exactly like Halloween, but they're either spooky or scary, or they're kind of related to the holiday, or, you know, there's skulls on them, or there's a bit of blood splatter on them, or they just make me think of Halloween and the spooky season itself. First up on the list, and these are in no particular order, there's also a ton, so we're gonna do a very fast round. I'm not gonna be talking too much about the story inside, it's mostly about the covers. But anyway, number one is Madam Satan, Hell on Earth, number one. This is a one-shot that came out a few weeks ago, and it is part of the Archie horror line of comics. I am saving it to read tomorrow on actual Halloween, or when you guys are watching this video, it'll be Halloween. But I'm excited to read it. I think it'll be pretty cool. I love the character. And so far, none of the Archie horror has let me down. Even the more silly stuff, like Jughead the Hunger or Vampronica and stuff like that, they've still been really good. So I'm excited for this. Then we have Doctor Strange 52. This is mauled by Morbius. I for sure used to be a pretty big Morbius fan in the comics just because he was a vampire, and I thought that was pretty cool. Not so much anymore. I've just found other villains that I like a lot more, but he's got some pretty cool covers. This is definitely one of them, and I just think it's mostly on this list because it's Morbius and he's a vampire, and I don't think, as of right now, I have any other covers with him, so we're going with this one. Then we have Task Force Z issue 4. This is a very fun cover. If you don't know about this series, it is about Jason Todd, the Red Hood, leading a team through the zombie apocalypse. It's a pretty good read. I don't think I've completely finished it. I still have a few issues. I have the full series, but I haven't read it all the way through. I have a few issues that I need to finish up. But this is a cool cover because you've got Bane and a few other characters around him eating him, and he's saying, "Oh, come on!" So I like that there's a little bit of humor in the cover where he is being eaten by zombies. The title, or the tagline, I guess, is literally "Red Hood gets eaten." So yeah, it's a pretty good cover. Then we have another Task Force Z cover. I don't remember which issue number it is. This is a Virgin variant for this cover, but it's Jason's arm coming up out of his grave, holding the crowbar that, of course, Joker beat him with before he died in that explosion. So a very awesome cover. I was a little upset because I bought this when it came out, or a little after it came out, for like $10, and then Graham Crackers just added a whole crap ton of comics to their 99-cent sale that they have on their website, and this was one of them. So I was a little sad that I could have gotten it for $1 if I'd waited like a year, but it's okay, you know, you win some, you lose some. Still a great cover. Then we have another Red Hood cover, but this is from Red Hood Outlaw. This is issue 33. This one might be a little hard to see from far away, but it is a awesome cover with Jason, and he has just a skull face and glowing red eyes, and I thought that fit the theme pretty well, and I am a huge Red Hood and Jason Todd fan, and any cool covers like that I'm for sure going to pick up. Then we have Batman issue 529. This is Contagion number 6, I believe. This is a Kelly Jones cover, and it is Batman being held back by the Grim Reaper with a giant scythe, and they are on a pile of dead people. So a pretty cool cover, if you ask me. I love this one. I've mentioned it before. Kelly Jones covers for Batman are some of my favorite Batman covers ever. I just love the kind of gothic feel that they have. A little bit of a retro vibe, and it's a very unique style, and I do really love it for covers. So I pick them up whenever I can. But there's that one, and then there's also another one, and this is Batman 516, and it's Batman crouched upon a giant pile of skulls, and he's holding a candle that's got a face appearing from the smoke. So it's pretty interesting all around. But yeah, again, Kelly Jones covers are some of my favorites, so I always pick them up when I can. And I think that this one is probably my favorite ones that he did, and of the ones I have. So it's my top one. We've got DC vs. Vampires, and this is the Coffin edition. So it is 3 issues in one. It's a square bound book. It's really nice. And this is a spoof of the Lost Boys like movie poster, I believe. So it's pretty cool. I do enjoy anything with vampires, if you couldn't tell from the books I've shown you and literally what I'm dressed as. So this is a pretty cool one that I own. Then we have this one. This is Poison Ivy issue 1. This was a Graham Cracker Comics exclusive variant done by Jim Lee. Obviously you've got Poison Ivy, and she's holding the skull with kind of vines and stuff growing out of it. Huge fan of Poison Ivy, huge fan of Jim Lee, and love any covers with skulls on them. So this was like a 3-in-1 win for me. So it's definitely a favorite cover that I've picked up. And eventually I would love to do a Poison Ivy cosplay. I think that would be very fun. Next, we have something a little bit different than all of Marvel and DC I've been showing you. We have Umbrella Academy, Tales from the Umbrella Academy, You Look Like Death. This is a prequel to the series that's all about Klaus when he was a teenager. You have to read Umbrella Academy to really kind of like understand it. However, if you have read Umbrella Academy and you haven't read You Look Like Death, you for sure need to. It's a great read. It's only 6 issues, I believe. And it's very enjoyable. You'll get through it in one sitting. So I highly recommend. And if you haven't read You Look Like Death and you also haven't read Umbrella Academy, be sure to do so because it's amazing. And the 4th season is coming out next year on Netflix of the show. So I'm very excited. But anyway, this is just a very funny Dracula cover. I believe this was one of the variants for it. It does not say on the front. I think this was a variant. I've got a lot of these, but I just like that it was Dracula, and it makes me laugh every time I see it, so I had to have it. Then we have the Art Germ cover for Hallows Eve number 1. This is also a variant. Love Art Germ's work. Pretty big fan of Hallows Eve so far. I'm hoping that they do more with her character and that they keep her around. I think the concept of her powers with the masks and everything is really cool. So yes, there's that one. Next we have a DC horror book. This is The Conjuring the Lover. It's a very cool cover. It's also, you know, from The Conjuring. I do love that movie. And the movies surrounding it. I haven't gotten a chance to read it. I just got this like a few weeks ago. But it's on my list for today. It's 1 of 5. I don't have the other 4, but I do have this one, so I can start it, and then hopefully I'll be able to find the others. Next, we have Coffin Hill number 1. This is a Vertigo book. I have yet to read this one. I got it at the same time as The Conjuring one, so just a few weeks ago. It was just a very interesting cover to me, and it was in issue 1, and I got it for 99 cents, so I figured I might as well give it a try. If I don't like it, I can always just give it away, or figure out something else to do with it. So, yep. Then we have Sabrina the Teenage Witch. This is Sabrina the Queen of Halloween. I like I said, I do have a fondness for Archie comics. I mostly stick with the Archie horror. Every once in a while I will read some of the old retro comics. But I also really love Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and I definitely love Halloween, and this is a combination of both. So I just think it's a fun cover. It's very like cutesy Halloween, but still Halloween nonetheless. So I was excited to add this to my collection. I also have a Christmas one, and then they're coming out with another Christmas one this year that I have signed up to get. So I'm hoping that that one is cool as well. We have Spider-Man Spider Shadow issue 2. This to me looked like a scene straight out of a horror movie, with Mary Jane hiding behind the door holding the knife. I am gonna turn this light down a little bit. There is a pretty big glare on some of these. Hopefully that helps a little bit. But anyway, this looks like a scene straight out of a horror movie to me. We got Mary Jane behind the door with a knife, and then you have a venomized symbiote black suit Spider-Man on the opposite side of the door. If you have not read this series, it is 5 or 6 issues. I want to say 5. It is just a small what if, like mini-series one-shot type of thing. I read it in one sitting, all 5 issues, within like, it was a very short amount of time. It was so good. I definitely recommend it. I thought the beginning of the series was better than the end of it. However, it was still a great read overall. And one that I loved and would definitely reread again. So I do recommend that one. Now the next 2, I believe, if you've watched some of my other videos, you will have seen these already, but they're still great covers. This one is Spectacular Spider-Man 148, Ned Leeds Returns, and it's a very cool cover with Spider-Man coming out of his grave, Gwen Stacy coming out of her grave, and Ned Leeds coming out of his grave. And they're all zombie skeleton-like. It's pretty cool. Just a fun zombie cover. And then Web of Spider-Man 63. This one also takes place in a graveyard. My goodness, that glare is terrible today. Also takes place in a graveyard, and it's got a very creepy, weird Spider-Man on it. So it fits the theme. And as you guys know, I love me some Teen Titans. So here I have one from the very, very first series, Teen Titans number 34. This is the Demon of Dog Island. It's our own Wonder Girl, and she's turned into a witch, and she looks super freaking cool. It's a very cool cover. I don't collect this series. I only really collect from that first Marv Wolfman and George Perez New Teen Titans series, and on. I haven't gone back to this one. It's not my favorite grouping for the Teen Titans, so I don't really collect it, but I did love this cover, and I had a few issues that I got in a lot with some other Teen Titans books. I've since sold those, but I did decide to keep this one just because I thought it was cool. Now the next 2 comics you guys will see again in a later video in a few weeks. It's all about books I've gotten from claim sales recently, but they also fit the theme, so I wanted to show them now. So the first one is Spider-Woman issue 32. This is a Frank Miller cover, and it features Werewolf by Night, and then it has a bunch of old horror monster, like Universal monster movie posters in the background. It's an awesome cover. I both love Frank Miller. I love those classic Universal monsters. I love the movies. My absolute favorite is The Invisible Man. I cannot express my love for that movie. It's just it's the best. Invisible Man is not on this cover, sadly, but you do have Phantom of the Opera and Werewolf and Frankenstein and Dracula, so it is pretty cool. But I love the classic monsters and Frank Miller art and stuff, so it was very cool to get this cover, and I'd never seen it before that claim sale, and I'm so glad that I was watching it, because who knows how long it would have taken me to find it otherwise. And then the last book I have for you guys, I would have had more that were kind of like this one a bit, but I ordered them a little bit too late and they didn't get here today, and I can't really push off making this video if I want to get it up by tomorrow. So I went ahead and filmed it, and I'll just put those books in another time. But this is It's Midnight, the Witching Hour. Look into my camera, it shows your future, and there's a creepy skeleton on the lens. Some of these DC horror books are just so cool. I love the art to them and the like vintage vibes. And I'm a big horror fan in all media. And I don't have nearly enough of these horror covers. This is the first one that I've bought. I know it's crazy, but it's not been something that I'd been really looking to start collecting yet. I was focusing more on like, you know, Spider-Man stuff, finishing that run of Teen Titans, looking for all my Mary Jane variants, stuff like that. But I think now a lot of sellers were doing like Halloween sales, and there were a lot of these on there, and so I did end up buying a few, so I'm probably going to start collecting those now. I'm going to be looking for those more, but they're pretty cool. I love them. I think they look awesome. I wouldn't mind displaying some of them around Halloween time and probably the rest of the year as well. But this one's very fun. It's a lower grade copy, but it's still really cool, and it presents nicely, so I'm happy to display it. So that is all of the comics that I have to show you guys today. I hope you guys all had a very happy Halloween. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite like spooky covers, scary covers, Halloween stories, anything like that. Let me know in the comments below. I will catch you guys in the next video. And as always, I hope you hit the jackpot with the next comics you get, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!